Okay. Now, another reason to do market research is that you'll stand out in the sea of sameness. There's a lot of similarity out there, and the market is crowded. And go back to the beginning of this video to see why this particular training is standing out. All right, so you want unique selling propositions or unique selling points like the ones I addressed when we first started. Okay, you want to stand out. You'll spot gaps that you can fill in the market. So you'll see, this hasn't been done. So I can fill this gap. All right. So you can fill gaps in the market faster than a cheetah on espresso shots. And I'm going to show you where to go to find some of those gaps that you can be filling. All right. Your unique selling proposition will stand out in a crowd. You can save time, money, and tears. Research is like a GPS for your creative journey. So you'll avoid all the dead ends and the creative cul-de-sacs. So you won't be going around and around in circles. Your marketing will be laser focused, and that will save you time because you're not marketing to the wrong people. All right. And you'll sidestep the heartbreak of pouring your soul into something that nobody wants. All right. I've heard a lot of people say, I'm gonna write my book about, XYZ. And it's just because they want to write that, but they haven't done the research to know if it's something that the people want. Because if the people don't want it and you want it, you're the only one who's going to be reading it. All right. Does that make sense? Take a little water here. All right. And I can't see the chat. So hopefully you're saying, yes, that makes sense. All right. Another reason to do market research is to ride the trend waves without wiping out. All right. The market is always moving, it's always changing, and research helps you. Every day it seems like it's something new. So you can catch the wave of emerging trends before they're over and take advantage of that. Or you can take the approach of finding an evergreen topic. And an evergreen topic is a topic that it won't change. Okay. There's something that people always need. It could be something dealing with finance. It can be something dealing with health and wellness, relationships. Okay. Those are evergreen topics that people are always looking for. And you can avoid yesterday's news. So remember fidget spinners, they were hot. Now they're not. All right. So that's why you want to do your market research. And another reason is to build a loyal fan base. Okay. So it's kind of like making friends before the first day of school. All right. So I won't go all the way into that. All right. And you can become confident. You can talk to people without shrinking up because you've done the research, about this topic, you've become an expert. We talked about it earlier. You become the authority. That's part of the name author. Well, that is the name author. You become an authority figure. All right. So that's why you want to do your research because nobody can, say, hey, no, that's incorrect. Nope, I've done my research. This is correct. Okay. All right. Now, the fun part. We're going to look at product or book ideation, so the ideas for books, and also validate them. So we're going to be going on a secret spy mission, and we're going to use a Google spreadsheet. So we're not going to use all of these. I want you to take note of these because these are some of the ones you want to go to do your secret mission, which is just finding out what people are looking for and what's selling. What do people want? What's selling and why? Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at. And I created a little digital product just as a sample for us to look at. And we're going to use the example of makeup as a digital product, makeup for beginners, makeup tutorials for beginners as a digital product. And I'll show you that in just a second. I just kind of put it together so you can see and have an idea of something that can be created. But I want you to think about whatever your topic may be and envision your topic as we're doing all of these steps. Okay. Does that sound good? Type it in the chat. Hopefully you're not sleeping. I told you you're going to be, teaching heavy. So it's not as interactive as I would like because we're teaching tonight. All right. Makes sense? Okay. All right. Everybody else? Let's see. There we go. All right. I know some
Yes.
people are multitasking. Okay, good, 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 good. All right. So let's look at this now. I have a makeup artist, and I just thought of something that maybe she could do, she could create as a digital product. I would buy this. I would totally buy this from her. So I made this up. She has not used this. This is just an example. But I made this up because I would buy this from her because she totally beats up my face. And so I said, if you create a digital product that will give me all the makeup that I need, as well as some tutorials for how to apply it, because I am a woman, but I am not great with makeup. I'm not great with knowing how to put on a face. All right, some women, they can do their eyebrows just beautifully and everything. And I'm like, ooh, no, but I do what I can. So I would love, this would be for me. I would buy this. She can price it at $10, but guess what? And we'll talk more about this on day 3. All right. She can create multiples of this. So she can do a day-to-day digital product for caramel skin, or, just the different shades. Okay. And then she could have, let's make sure you can see this. Hopefully you can see this. Can you guys see this digital product? Go to the chat, or you can unmute if you don't mind.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So she could have a section for eyes, how to do my eyes, and show me her picks for eyeliner, eyeshadow, eye pencil, lashes, and then create a tutorial to show me how to use all of that stuff, how to do my eyes. Okay. She can do the same thing for lips. And guys, like I said, I just kind of put this together. So I would suggest her creating like a picture, putting a picture here with the lashes and pencil, eye pencil and eyeshadow, make it look a little bit prettier. But I just wanted this for example's sake. All right. For lips, she can do the same thing: lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss, and do a lip tutorial. Show me how to do my lips. Okay. Cheeks, same thing: the blush, bronzer, powder. All right. Show me some brushes to use, and then do a tutorial for that. And then whole face. All right. So you get the idea, right? But this is the kicker, and we can talk more. We're going to talk more about this on day 3. But for every link that I click on, it's going to take me to that particular product. Okay. And this is going to be her affiliate link, where she will earn commission once I buy this product. Once I buy any of these products, she earns commission every single time. So not only have I bought the book itself, but every time I buy one of these items from her book, she earns commissions. Is that making sense?
Yes.
All right. So start thinking, as I'm doing this for makeup, but start thinking about whatever topic you're thinking about. How can you do this as well? Okay. Especially if you're doing a digital product. All right. So I just wanted to show that. So how would I find what to put in? How would I do this from start to finish? How would I find what to put in here? You're going to do your market research. So let's go to TikTok. That's a great place to find out what people are looking for. For the sake of time, I already pulled one up. I put in makeup for beginners. Okay. And this is what came up. This is how you do your market research. Once you pull up the video, you're going to go to the comments and see what people are talking about. What do they like? What do they dislike? Okay. This lady, Olivia, she says, "Hey girl, I'm new to makeup. I want to do my own makeup, but just don't know where to start or what products to get. Do you have suggestions?" Sure, I have suggestions. They're in my book. So, but before she tries to sell, though, she can, give her a few free suggestions. But this person is probably going to want to come back. And when she comes back, she can offer that book. Okay. I love how clear your skin looked when you applied your foundation. I'm just going to go right here. This person, Shay Lene, how long does concealer sit before bleeding? So this is something that apparently was not answered in the video. So maybe that's something she can put in her digital product that would answer her question. Okay. How do I know what color foundation to use? Go back to this. She's already told me what skin type. Okay. And then she can put an example of the skin type on here. So I can say, oh, this is close to my skin. So I can use the concealer. So here, the concealer that she has in here, because that's my skin type. Hopefully this is making sense. Hopefully, hopefully this is making sense. All right. So let's go back. So basically all you're doing, you're going on a reconnaissance mission. You're trying to see what people want, what people are looking for. And that's what you put in your digital product or your book. Okay. What primer do you use? So you're answering all those questions that this video left unanswered. So when they come to you, you pretty much make it a no-brainer that they will get your digital product, okay, or your book. All right. So that's TikTok. Y'all tell me something. Is this good? Is this good information? Is this useful information? Hopefully this is okay. Good.
It is.
All right. Awesome. All right. So let's look at another place. We're not going to look at all of these, but you do have this list, so you can go back to it. Let's look at another place you can go. Answer the Public. Let's go there. Answer the Public. This is a good site to go to find out what people are asking, because they take their data from Google. All right. The creator of this site, Neil Patel, if you don't know about him, find out about him, but he's created all kinds of platforms like this for people who want to know what people are looking for, entrepreneurs who want to provide a service or product. So this is a great site. I've already, in the sake of time, went ahead and typed in makeup for beginners. And you can look at the wheels. One thing I will say is that you want to have a good search volume. Let's look at the top. Up here, do you see this? It says search volume. And they have, this is kind of like a key, low, medium, and good. So those colors mean, different things. So this little reddish looking color, that means low search volume. The orange color is medium. The green is good. And cost per click is green for cheap. I would love for them to say inexpensive instead of cheap. The orange is for medium and the reddish color is for expensive. So those are the two things that this site is evaluating. And you're typing in keywords. All right. So at the top, I typed in makeup for beginners. So whatever topic you're thinking about, you're going to type that in and then click search. Okay. I would keep it at United States because more often than not, those are going to be your biggest buyers. Okay. The United States. All right. And then you can look at the different types of results they have. So they have the wheel here. It has the colors. You can also go to alphabeticals. That's another one I like to look at, and just look at the keywords that are in here and see if the search volume is good. And if the cost per click is expensive or medium. Medium's still okay. All right, so you're looking for those colors. So you want to look for green for the search volume. Okay, you see the search volume column. So you want to look for green for search volume, and you want to look for yellow or the reddish color for cost per click. Does everyone see that? Let me make it. I don't know if you can see it in Zoom to make it bigger, but green search volume, medium, you want a yellow, red, expensive search cost per click. Okay. So on this left side search volume, we want a green. So let's see if we can find a green. All right, so we found a green here. And we have the orange color, cost per click. So that means that it's medium, a medium cost per click. And then the good search volume. All right, so makeup for beginners kit. So that's something that you can the reason we're doing this is we're trying to find keywords that we can use in our digital product, and also keywords that we can use when we go to Google or go to some of these search engines to find, you know, what are people looking for with a makeup beginner's kit? What do people not like with the things that are already on the market? Because if there are things that they don't like, you know, you don't want to include that in your digital product or your book. If there are things that people do like, you want to include more of that. All right. So is that making sense? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good, good, good. So this is a tool that I would recommend. You get 3 free searches per day on this, but you can, if you want more than that, there is I think it's $11 a month if you want to subscribe, but you do get 3 free searches per day. All right. So it's a free tool. So this is a really good free tool to use. All right. So that's another one. Another thing you want to look at, and I just put some more here, but we're not going to go over all these tonight. But you can look at Google Trends, googletrends.com. That if you're looking to write a best-selling book, what better place than the New York Times bestseller list? So you go there and see what's on that list and see if any of those topics compare to what you have in mind. Okay, and see what the reviews are. What are people saying about those books? All right. And Amazon book reviews. This is why this is important. Let's go here. When you go to Amazon, you're going to go to books. And this is if you have a digital product or a book, it doesn't matter. Okay. And you're going to type in whatever your topic may be. Let's see. All right. And see what books they have and find something that has a lot of reviews. All right. Let's just go with this top one. And we're going to click on the reviews. Now, tell me, what would you prefer to look at? 5-star reviews or 1-star reviews? If we're doing spy work, we're doing spy work to see what people are liking and what they're not liking. Which one would be the best choice for us to look at? 5-star reviews or 1-star reviews?
5-star reviews.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. All right. So
I would say both.
yeah, I would say look at both, but look harder at the 1-star. Why? Because you're going to see what people didn't like, and that's what you want to avoid. All right. You also want to, like you said, look at the 5-star, but look at the 1-star first. That's very important because you don't want your book to have the same issues. Now, that's not dealing with the content. This is saying the book fell apart. The application portion of the book is extremely basic. If you've been applying makeup for more than a year, you already know how to do what she instructs. So you want to make something, you know, if this person is creating this digital product about makeup, the last thing you want to do is make it basic. You want to make it something that provides value to the people buying this, because otherwise they're going to come on Amazon and say, this is basic. And that's going to steer people away. All right. So you just keep going. You can, keep looking at that one. Really didn't think this book was very good for the average consumer. Okay. Why? Biggest problem was 1 out of 3 of the book was geared entirely to makeup artists. All right. So let's look back. See, if the book is geared towards makeup artists, then she needs to leave this part out of the title for everyone from beginner to pro. If the book is geared towards makeup artists, it just needs to say for professionals, right? Because this is misleading. So you want to make sure that your title isn't misleading. Okay, so that's just something to think about. Look at the 1-star reviews first, and then go to the 5-star. All right. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. All right. Any questions so far about that? Any questions about what we just looked at? We looked at TikTok, we looked at Answer the Public, and we looked at the Amazon book reviews. And I do have a list of others here that you can look at, that you can use as well. You can do your research on Facebook, within Facebook groups. If you're writing a book dealing with food or a cookbook, You want to go into a cookbook or excuse me, a food Facebook group, like Facebook group for foodies. What are people looking for? Okay. If it's dealing with, technology, go into a technology Facebook group. Look at YouTube. What are people saying on YouTube? Let's go here really quick because I did pull up one, a step-by-step beginner makeup tutorial. Go to YouTube. Look at the comments in YouTube. All right. You don't know how much I needed this. I've been looking for the most basic makeup tutorials. I'm a girl and yet have no idea how to get started with makeup. That's me. I'm raising my hand right now. All right. And then this person says, finally, a real makeup influencer whose sole purpose is to help us learn something instead of forcing products down our throats. You're the best. I always learn something new from you. Guess what? This person who created this video can sell to this person anytime, day or night. Guess why? Because she already has befriended her. She already knows that she's looking out for her. So, she's provided enough value to her. Okay, we're going to talk about that day 3, but she's provided enough value to her to where she's, when she does present her with an opportunity to buy something from her, she's like, okay, let's do it. You've already provided enough free value to me, so I can only imagine what I would pay for. I can only imagine how wonderful that would be. All right. So this one right here, she's a definite buyer. All right. Sometimes it doesn't go that way, but just from experience, I've seen that happen. All right. So again, go to YouTube, see what those people are saying. And also go to YouTube when you start making content. You're going to want to make content. We'll talk about this in day 3. Hopefully I'm not going too fast ahead of myself, but you're going to want to make content. And when you do, you want to look at the people who are already doing it and you want to see what they're doing to be successful. So YouTube is a great place for that as well. Now, what I did say earlier, I'm going to go here. See if it'll let me get that. Okay. What I did say earlier is you want to create a sheet. You keep saying this. You want to create a Google sheet where you can keep up with those comments that people are saying. You don't want to forget those things. It's one thing to read them and you think, oh, okay, so I won't do that. But it's another thing to remember that information. So you want to copy and paste that into a file like this. So like, for example, TikTok, we typed in makeup tutorial for beginners or something like that. You'll put that under keyword. And this is just a sample. You can do yours however you want to. Put in your source. Where did you get where did you do your search? TikTok. What's the link? Make sure you provide the link. That way you can go back to it easily next time. Helpful comments. What did people like? The girl said, I'm a girl, but I'm not good with makeup. So you can put that in there, just using her specific language. You want to start finding the language that the people you want to provide this product or your book to, you want to use the same language they're using. So what other place than the social medias? That's the best place to find that language. Okay. Find out what people dislike, put that here. So you don't do that. And then any other helpful comments, you want to do that as well. You want to put that in as well. Okay. Put in the number of likes, put in the number of comments. That helps you to see how popular that video is, so that when you start, looking at creating, you want to include some of the same types of things that this person included. Okay. All right. Y'all awake?
That was number of likes, and what was before that?
Oh, the number of comments and likes.
Okay.
So yeah, you want to look at those types of things too. Because the number of comments and likes, that will show you, how popular that video is. So you want to try to pick things that have a decent number of likes and comments. And decent is relative. So it's kind of like, okay, this looks like a lot. So I won't give you a specific number, but you can tell, when something has a lot. Okay. All right. Any other questions before we kind of move into some of the last things we're going to cover
No.
while I get some water? All right. So identifying your target audience. Get to know your customers, okay? Social media, that's one of the best ways. Talk to people who buy your product or use your service. If you already have something that you're already doing, I know I spoke to somebody who wanted to come tonight. He has a food truck. Okay, so he can talk to people who already, frequent his food truck and ask them questions about themselves, what they would like for him to offer. Look at your social media followers to see what kind of people are interested in your business. All right. If you haven't started selling, talk to people who you think might, like your product. Focus on what matters instead of random facts. Think about things that help you understand why somebody would buy from you. For example, what problems do they have that your product solves? Your product needs to solve, your product or your book needs to solve a problem. And, it could be something as simple as, and I wish I had that book close to me. The book that I told you earlier that I read, my problem was feeling discouraged in my journey to conceiving. And I read that little book and I felt like she was me. So she didn't necessarily solve my problem, but I can see myself in her. Okay. By her sharing her story, that resonated with me and it gave me hope. Okay. So that did solve, kind of in a way, solve my problem. It gave me hope. Okay. When I didn't really feel like there was much hope, she gave me hope. So what kind of problems can you solve for your customer? Okay. Mix numbers with stories. Use both facts like age or job title and feelings like what frustrates them and what makes them happy. Okay, so you're kind of like daydreaming here. You're daydreaming. This will give you a better picture of your customer. You're thinking about, what does she look like? What does he look like? Make them feel real. Give your customer, your ideal customer, a name and imagine what they do in their daily life. What do they care about? Are they a mom? Are they a dad? For example, and this is called creating an avatar, okay, or a persona. My avatar or persona is a girl named Jamie or lady named Jamie. She's about 35 to 50 years old. She's a mom, she's a wife, she wants to work from home. She has a good job, but she's underpaid and she's bored because she knows that she's not using her God-given talents and she knows she's made for more, but she just doesn't understand how to get it. She just needs a little bit of guidance trying to figure out how to get it. Okay. So think about that. Make your customers seem real to you. Give them a name. Okay. You don't have to give everybody a name. Just think of one person, one target person that you want to be your ideal customer. All right. And you can check in with others. Show your customer description or your customer avatar to your friends and family. Ask them if it sounds like real people that they know who might buy your product or buy your book. All right. And just use that feedback to improve your description. The goal is to create a clear picture of that ideal customer. All right. That helps you to make better decisions about your book or your product. And actually it helps you to be able to tell people about it. All right. And don't worry if it's not perfect at first. None of this is going to be perfect, but you can always improve. Okay. You live to fight another day. And also, side note, don't be upset if your friends and family don't want to support you. When you write your book or create your digital product and you launch and you put it out there and you think everybody, and a lot of people will support you, they will buy it. But some of the people that you think won't. Don't be discouraged by that. Most often than not, friends and family members, they're not your target audience. Don't let that get you down. And that happens to everybody. I don't know the psychology behind it, but it happens to all entrepreneurs, most entrepreneurs. Friends and family will not be the people who are going to be your target audience. Okay. And you just have to let that go. But I just wanted to put that in there just so you can remember that when you do write your book, when you do launch your digital product, friends and family, that won't be it. You'll find some of your best results with strangers. You'll see what I'm talking about when you get there. All right. All right. And this says 135 slides. Y'all, this is not 135. I do different presentations. So I kind of put them all on one just in case I need to go to a specific resource within some of the presentations. So don't don't be concerned. All right. And I'm not sure why I can't get back to go. Let's go here. All right. All right. So any questions about that? As we end, we're getting ready to end day one. Any questions about that before we end day one?
No.
Okay. All right. Hopefully this has been helpful. Let's go to the chat. You can say that again. Yes, Chrissy. Yes, friends and family don't always to support, both to see what people want and don't want. Okay. Okay. Yes. And one thing you want to include is when you start doing your research, you want to see what people need, but you also want to give them what they want. When you have both in your product or your book, you will have a book or product that is wildly successful. Okay, because sometimes it's one or the other. People get what they want or they get what they need, and not often do they get both. All right. So as you're doing your market research, you want to see what people want, but you also want to see what people need. And that may take some deeper research. Okay. All right. So you have homework. It's not going to be too bad. We already talked about your SMART goal. We know that we're creating a SMART goal. We're making our goal SMART, and you have the example at the beginning of the video. You're going to do some market research and look at some of those sites. What site do you use the most? Do you use TikTok? Do you use Instagram? Do you use Facebook, YouTube? And then you can look at Answer the Public. You get 3 free searches per day. And just start doing some research. Put in your keywords for whatever your book or topic, whatever book or digital product topic you have created, okay, or want to create. All right, and then create your customer avatar. That'll be fun, right? What's her name or what's his name? How old are they? You can even go as far as what kind of car do they drive? What kind of job do they have? How many kids do they have? Are they married or are they single? What, just any and everything about that potential customer that you want to create. And that's the person you think about every time you create content, every time you create something in your book. How will this help this person? How will this help, in my case, how will this help Jamie? Will Jamie like this video? Would this help Jamie in any way? Okay. All right, so that's your homework. Create your SMART goal. Do your market research. You can pick 2 or 3 from that list that I showed you. On that list also was Google Trends. Okay, that's another good one. And then create your customer avatar. It shouldn't take you too long. You do want to think about it. And like I said before, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just get something down. Okay, get something down. You can do a lot of this tonight if you have time. All right. All right. Any questions before we end tonight? I hope this was helpful. You can unmute.
Do you use a certain site to create your avatar, or do you just use like Canva or something like that?
My avatar came from my head. I'm sure they do have something like that in Avatar. Excuse me, in Canva. Let's go. They have everything in Canva. Everything. Let's see if they have that. See? They have that. But if you want to use this as a template, you can use this as a template and go to Google and actually find a real person, or you don't even have to go to Google. You can go to Elements. Let's see. type in the person that you know are trying to target. Look at these photos, and you can replace that photo with this person or whatever person you find. And then on the side, move this over. On the side, you can type in whatever you want to type in about that person. Let's say she's 45. She's a mom of 3. She is, she's a nurse. Okay. What kind of car? She drives a gray Camry. You know, you can do that. You can make it look pretty. You can put her name up here at the top. What's her name? Okay, maybe her name is Andrea. You can give her a last name. Make your person, he or she, make them as real as possible. If you're writing a children's story, you know, you can find a child and do the same thing. What do they like to play with? Who are their friends? You know, what's their favorite story? That kind of thing. So you go as deep as you want to go. It may seem crazy, but I promise you, it does help when you're trying to create your content, because everything you do, you start thinking about your avatar. You'll think about Andrea. Would Andrea like that? And it helps you. It just helps you create better. So yes, the answer is I don't have this, but you can see how easily you can create this for yourself. Trying to take that background out so it can look a little prettier. You can see how easily you can create this for yourself in Canva. You can, you know, change up the font and make it look pretty. Okay. So yeah. All right. Are there any other questions?
Like I have one more.
Mm-hmm.
If I know you'll be talking about the faceless YouTube probably.
Well,
And
I don't have plans for that in here, but we can touch on it just a little bit. I do talk about it within my course. But we
mhm,
can touch on that a little bit too. We can talk about that day 3. That'll go with the digital marketing.
okay, and well, not mainly the faceless YouTube, but like say, like when I said I used a different name for my journals,
Mhm.
like will you talk about that? Um, what do they call it? Pretty much fake names for books and
A pseudonym,
yeah,
yeah.
pseudonym.
Yeah, I mean
Like if
that.
you could like before it ends,
Okay. All
not
right, so you
tonight, but
want to know
before the course ends.
about using a different persona, a faceless persona to promote your
Yeah.
journals. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's we can touch on that. We won't have a lot of time, but we can definitely touch on that. I love faceless. Uh,
Okay.
I absolutely love faceless. Okay, I'm writing that down. So if I forget, you remind me. But we can talk about that on day 3 when we talk about the digital marketing.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So if are there any other questions before we stop for tonight? All right. If not, I want to thank you for investing in yourself. This was a free boot camp, or this is a free boot camp, but you invest your time. Y'all, I have learned, the older I've gotten, I've learned that time is my most valuable asset. So for you to take your time tonight, I don't take that lightly. I appreciate you taking your time, and I appreciate you taking the time to invest in yourself. All right. So with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time, 8 p.m. I hope this was helpful.